today we're going to be testing the best strategies on the new darts game. We're going to test a strategy on easy, medium, hard, and on expert, and hopefully towards the end of the video on the expert strategy, things go crazy and we make a lot of profit. So if you guys do enjoy this video, please drop a like down below and let's get started. Okay, so the first strategy of the video is going to be on easy mode, like I said, and I've picked out all of these strategies from my Discord. So if you want to be in a future episode where I choose your strategy, make sure you do join it. There is a link down below. But for now, we're going to be on easy mode. Now we're going to have a $100 balance for each of these strategies. And we're going to see how much we can run it up. So this guy, Cheeto Dust Collector, crazy username, he said on easy mode, do a $1 bet size for a $500 balance. So that means we have to use 20 cents for $100. And on loss, we increase by 27%. I have not tried any of these yet, okay? So we're going to be testing them live on video so you guys can see exactly how they go for the first time. Now, the scary thing with strategies here on darts is it's a very fast game. You cannot slow it down, okay? I've got animations off, instant bet turned off. Sorry, animations on, instant bet turned off. And watch how fast it goes. There's no slowing it down. So if things go crazy and if we start to lose some money, it's going to happen very fast before we can even stop it. There's a win. Okay, it seems like the increase on loss isn't enough to recover the loss. However, if we hit a bullseye, which we did just here, it does make some nice profit. Okay, so this one doesn't look too risky. I don't think the bet size increases too fast. So as long as we don't have too much of a crazy losing streak, we won't lose too much. But as you can see there, after a bit of a losing streak, we hit the bullseye, which resulted again in a nice jump in profit. So we're going to keep this running, and I honestly think this could run pretty well if we continue with this. I'm going to turn my headphones down because it's very loud for me. And obviously, although we've been running it for 100 bets, we are, you know... Oh my god, that was really bad. We just lost all of the profit. Wow, okay. Not sure how I feel about this. We were only up a couple of dollars there, a few dollars at peak balance. So maybe the risk to reward ratio for this one isn't the best. If it was me, I would probably say we need to increase this amount on loss. Wow. Okay, maybe I'm wrong and I just need to give this some time. Maybe that's the case here. Maybe this is one of those strategies where we just leave it running for a long period of time. And eventually, the odd 8.5 that we hit will bring us into some profit. But the losing streaks just destroy our balance. Oh, wow. We were on an $11 bet there. That was getting pretty risky. I think we were on an $11 bet. I'm not sure. It doesn't really make sense, though, because... Oh, no, yeah, because it's a 0.5 minimum. Yeah, okay. I mean, obviously, if we hit the bullseye on that $11 bet... What did we hit there? We must hit the 2.7. If we hit the bullseye on the $11 bet, that'd be some really nice profit. So I suppose that's really what we're chasing here. The bullseye on one of these crazy losing streaks. I'll let it run, guys. Honestly, I'll let this run. We are, what, like 300, almost 400 bets in. So I'll let this run for maybe 1,000 or so. So what I'll do is I'll speed this up so you guys don't have to sit and watch every single bet with me here. I'll speed it up and we'll see if we hit any crazy wins along the way. If we don't seem to make too much profit, we'll move on to the next one. Let's see what happens. Okay guys, we are approaching 1,000 bets. We're about 120 bets away right now. And to be honest, it's actually working pretty nicely. Now, obviously, it's no crazy profit in a quick period of time, but with regards to like risk-reward ratio, it's not too bad. Obviously, down here at the bottom, we were minus 55, which was not ideal by any means, but we did hit, I think we hit the 2.7 or the 1.5 here, which brought us back into profit. And since then, it's been working pretty nicely. As of right now, we're kind of going down a little bit. But I do think that if we were to leave this for a little bit longer, we could maybe hedge towards like $50 a profit. I'm not sure. We just do need to hit the bullseye, which we have hit a few times. We need to hit it when the bet size is increased, which obviously happens quite a bit. Like obviously here, that was an 8.5 jump, and this one probably, no, that one wasn't, but I think like this one was here. So I think if we give this enough time, it could definitely make some nice profit. For now, I'm going to stop it. It didn't quite reach our goal of maybe $50 to $100, but what I'll do is I'll move on to the next one, which will be on medium mode, and hopefully make some more profit there. Okay, so for this next strategy, we are going to use medium difficulty. Now, this is submitted by Clovercase in my Discord. Now, he said, okay, we're going to increase by 48% on a loss, and he said the bet size we're going to use is $0.0001 per $30 in the balance. So we're going to have to turn this little toggle off here, and now we can go 0.000 and it'll be 333 like this. Okay, that's going to be the appropriate bet size for our $100 balance. I mean, it's just dipped slightly below, but that's fine. And yeah, like I said, medium, 48% increase on loss. And he said the base bet seems small, but this hit came with this starting balance, so be safe. And he sent a screenshot of a 16x multi hitting with a pretty juicy bet size. So I guess what we are hoping for here is to go on a bit of a losing streak, get that bet size up, and then hit the 16x, and that will be a pretty nice result. So without further ado, let's start the auto bet and see how this goes. Now, obviously, the increase on loss is a lot higher than the easy strategy we just tried, and obviously medium risk is a lot riskier than easy. So that does mean we're going to go on some pretty scary losing streaks, as you can see here, where the bet size starts to get pretty out of control. But I guess that's why we're using such a small base bet amount, and that just means that I guess we're hoping for a loss streak followed by a 6 or a 16x, and that is where a nice win should come in. Obviously, as you can see, when we hit the 1.3, it doesn't quite recover us, okay? So that's why after this dip, we don't jump back up into the green. So we're kind of hoping for these, but then we're hoping to hit the 6 or the 16. I guess the 3 would also work. As you can see there, okay, so we hit the 3. It did give us a nice jump up in profit. And as you can imagine, if that was a 6 or a 16, it would be even better. So again, I think this is going to be one that we're going to leave for a long time. We maybe run it for 1,000 bets if we make it that far. And maybe by then we can hit a nice multi. Let's just really quickly check. Oh my god, this is a bit scary. And as you can see, just a 1.3. If we hit the 6 or the 16, it would have been really nice there. Let me just quickly see how fast instant bet is. Okay, that's really, really scary. I mean, I should have used this on the previous strategy when we were running it for a longer period of time. Let me leave this on for now. It's super fast, and if we go on a bit of a losing streak, I'll turn it off. There's a 16x. That's the first 16x we've hit. It's a shame it wasn't on a bigger bet size. But as you can see, we are only down 70 cents. So this is definitely a strategy we can run for a long period of time. Oh my god, why did it go so fast there? Oh, it like speeds up the more you lose. That's very strange. We did hit a 6 there on a bit of a losing streak, which as you can see helps. I mean, like I said, we are only down 80 cents. So I do think we could afford a much higher base bet size on this. We could probably increase it by 10 times. Because if we had a 10 times bigger base bet, we would only be down $7 here, which we can definitely Let's pause for a second there. I have no idea what just happened. I was too busy fumbling around. I meant to turn instant bet off, and I accidentally changed the volume. I've got no idea what just happened. Let's scroll down. Hopefully the bet has loaded in here. It's not just yet. Okay, we're going to keep waiting for the bets to update so we can see what we actually hit. But that, I guess, is exactly what we're looking for. We are now up $37. Maybe it's refreshed now. There we go. Okay, so, oh wow. Okay, so, oh my god, we were on a $42 bet. That must have been the last bet we could have afforded. If we lost that one, it would have been game over, and we luckily hit like a 20% chance to actually make some money. Oh my god. So we were down to our last bet. As you can imagine though, imagine we hit the 16 there. We hit a 3.1. Imagine we hit the 16. Imagine we hit the 6. Either would have been insane. The 3 obviously is really good and saved us, but wow. Okay, that's pretty scary, man. That is pretty scary indeed. Let's resume it one more time. I think we need to try and aim for $50 of profit, which, you know, isn't a huge amount. But as you guys have seen on the channel over the last, I don't know, couple of weeks, I've had a massive problem with like increasing my bet sizes, chasing massive wins, chasing my losses, and it's just not healthy. So I've had a big reset, okay? and not doing the stupid stuff I used to do. We will have crazy sessions here and there, but I need to realize that taking little bits of profit here and there is how you win. It's not by going for crazy wins, losing loads and loads, and then maybe hitting something. That is how you become an absolute gambling addict and lose everything. So we're going to be sensible from now on. The old sensible Delta is coming back, and he's here to stay, I promise. So we're still hovering around $37 of profit. I'd imagine the same thing's going to happen, right? We're going to hover around this for a while, and then maybe again get a crazy losing streak, and then hit something nice. Okay, as you can see there, we started to go on a losing streak, but we only hit the 1.3. There's a 6. Yeah, I mean, nothing really happens unless you go on like a super long losing streak followed by a win. So maybe just like the previous one, we run it to 1,000 bets. If we get there and we're still hovering... Oh, that was nice. Hold on a second. That must have been a 16x. I think that was a 16x after just a little losing streak. As you can see, the graph barely dipped before that win. So that must have been the 16. So imagine if we hit the 16 after here. Like, that would be insane. So let's resume it. Okay, let's reset the bet size just so I don't mess that up. And we'll resume it. I'll run it to 1,000 bets and we'll see where we're at. I mean, what? We're only really like 300 bets away. Oh my god, that was getting scary there, bro. When it gets quicker on a losing streak, that is terrifying. It starts going so fast. Wow, that is crazy. You really don't have a chance to stop it. I mean, I don't need to fast forward this video. We are really only just maybe a minute or two away from hitting 1,000 bets. We just need 200 more bets. We'll see where we get by the end of it. I'm guessing we'll still be around $42 of profit, which is fine. We'll definitely take that, because that means overall on the video we'll be around $50 of profit. And maybe by the end of this video we can be up a couple of $100, which I'll be very happy about, that's for sure. So let's keep going here, see what happens. What we're at? We're like 830 bets right now, so we need 170 bets left. What if we turn animations off? Okay, it's the same speed with or without animations when you've got instant bet on. Just keep this running here. Maybe just 100 bets more or so. It's starting to get fast. Okay. We did get saved there. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, like I said, unless you get one of these crazy jumps. Oh! Damn it, man. Damn it. We went on a really long losing streak, and then sadly we only hit the 1.3, which doesn't recover the loss. So we are now down $10. You know what? I'm not going to push my luck. I'm going to call it there for this strategy. Honestly, not bad. I think we should have just walked away here, really. I was just trying to get to 1,000 bets, just like the previous one. It's not a bad strategy. I think I just pushed my luck too much. Maybe, again, if it was to run this for longer, we would hit a 16x after a long losing streak and get a crazy win. But for now, we're going to move on to the next strategy on hard mode and hopefully make some profit there. Okay, we are now moving on to the hard difficulty strategy. This is submitted by Zach XBT in my Discord. Now, he said for a $1,500 balance, go for a 15-cent bet size. So obviously that would require us to go for a 0.015 bet size, but it's going to round it up to 2, which we'll just leave it for now. Hopefully that's okay. Scary thing is, he said on loss, we increase by 70%. I mean, that seems incredibly risky considering the bet size is a lot higher than the previous strategy, and so is the increase on loss, and we're on hard difficulty. You know what? Maybe we do follow his recommendation of doing 0.015 because then it's slightly less risky, I suppose. Make sure we have instant bet off for this one. I think, honestly, we're going to bust from this, but the screenshot he sent showed some really nice profit. I guess we just got to hope to get lucky. We really can't lose too many bets in a row here. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how that worked for him. I have no idea how that worked for him, to be honest with you. Zach, you got some explaining to do, buddy. That makes no sense whatsoever. Sadly, I did see one dart go very close to the bullseye, which would have probably been like on like a $20 bet size, which would have been, I mean, 20 times 63. It's like 1.4k, something like that. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not going to risk this other $34. We're just going to move straight to the expert strategy, and hopefully that one is better than this. Okay, so for this final strategy, we are going to use expert difficulty. Now, I'm a little bit concerned about this one because I think it's going to be very, very risky. But if we get a bit of luck, it could pay pretty nice. So we're going to go with a 22% increase on loss. I'm going to go for a we're Right, we're going to do not a 20 cent, a 2 cent bet size, like so. Now, obviously it's a low bet size, but we're using expert difficulty and we're going to be losing most of the time. So the losing streaks we go on are going to be pretty long. So let's start the auto bet. And if any, oh, that was so close to a bullseye. If any of the strategies are going to give us a really serious win, it's going to be this one, I think. Now, I have actually hit the 500x already. If you haven't seen my first video on this game, go and check it out. Because I hit the 500x. What did I say? What did I say? What did we hit? We must have hit the 42. We're going to have to wait a little bit for our bet to load in. But like I was saying, I hit the 500x on a $2 bet size, which is absolutely insane. If we can do the same again today, that would be crazy. Obviously, we want to try and hit that on a losing streak, or the 42 like we did there. I mean, we're up 89, so we must have hit it on like a $2 bet size. It's not loading. Oh, there it is. Yeah, so we got up to a $2 bet size, and we hit the 42, which is $100 of profit, which is insane. Now, I'm a little bit scared about running this again, because I think that's a pretty lucky scenario. So it's probably not going to happen again, but let's push our luck, see if we do get lucky. The chance of hitting a 500x is 0.04. That's not easy, that's for sure. But, you know, it's happened to me, so it can happen again. A couple of 9s there, that was decent. Well, obviously, we need to try and hit these multis on bigger bets, which require a bit of a losing streak. But going on the losing streak is scary, because this game runs so fast that you can't really stop it in time if it gets crazy. Now, I'm going to try and go to $200 in the balance here, so I'll double up on this strategy. I think if we can double our balance with this strategy, we can call it there, be happy with the profit, and just walk away. And I think that'll probably be the best one of the video. We are on a bit of a losing streak here. We're going to need a hit sometime soon. Can we get it? Please hit something here. Oh my god, $21 bet. Bro, that is so lucky. What? There's no way that just happened. Oh my god. Oh, wait, did I also lose a bet after? Oh, I did as well. We were up to $140 of profit, but because it was auto bet, it then did another 2 bets after. Oh, that's really annoying. But, okay, yeah, that's crazy. We got so lucky there. So I did an all-in $25 bet, and we hit a 9.6x, which was a $240 win. And then because it was auto bet, it did another bet, and then another bet of $30. I mean, it's a shame we didn't have a bit more balance, because if we did, that would have been like a $40 bet on a 9x. It would have been like a $400 hit. But we're at 190. I think honestly, we're just gonna call it there. I'm gonna take that stroke of luck and just take this profit. This is a crazy strategy, honestly. I think maybe this would be even better if you had like $200. And doing a 2 cent bet size would work better there, because you would be able to afford just a few more losses. So maybe if you've got 100, you should do 1 cent, like that, or whatever. But I think that's the best outcome. But overall, really good. This, in my opinion, is the best dart strategy I've tried so far. So if you do try it, let me know in the comments down below how it works for you. But be very careful, because it's still gambling and you can always lose. So with that being said, please, if you did enjoy this video, do drop a like and subscribe to the channel, because 80% of you guys who watch my videos aren't actually subscribed. So if that's you, scroll down, click that button. It will mean the world to me, and you'll have banger originals videos in your feed every single day. With that being said, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.